Ladies and gentlemen, yet another episode of the We Can Talk Basketball and Music podcast. This episode, we have another very special guest, a very, very talented and insightful lady. She's an actress, media personality. She's a show host. She's also a philanthropist. And someone I like to call a friend, Miss Lachelle Walker. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're very much welcome. Okay, so on this show, I really just dive right in, and I usually don't like to waste too much time getting to the point. So how'd you get started with your acting?
Actually, I had a friend of mine introduce me to another friend, which she actually submitted my photo into a casting company, and that was it. You know, they selected me from the actual picture that she sent in, and that was the beginning of my acting career.
Who are some of your influences in the acting business?
Oh God, I mean, I have so many. It's like Eddie Murphy. I mean, I even go back old school to like Andy Griffin, because I watch Andy Griffin a lot. So I like Barney. I like the way his acting skills. I looked at Gunsmoke, Miss Kitty. You know, I look at a lot of old school, but then I look at a lot of new school too. Like I said, I like Eddie Murphy, Martin Lawrence, Will Smith. It goes on and on. You know, Eartha Kitt. I mean, it's just so many.
Oh, Eartha Kitt. Oh, wow. Yeah, Eartha Kitt. And Will Smith. Will Smith is like incredible. It's crazy. It's crazy to see where he started and how his career advanced. You know, right, to the movies that he's doing now. Do you feel like that there's an age limit, or that there's a certain age to getting into the industry?
No, because actually, I didn't get into the industry until I was in my 40s. So, you know, I did a lot of research to find out, were there any actors that actually started late in life? And there were a lot of actors that did start late in life. You know, they were well into their 50s. I think Morgan Freeman may have been one. God, what's his name? It's at the tip of my tongue. Oh God, you know who I'm talking about.
Who are you talking about?
He played on Kill Bill.
Kill Bill. That's Morgan Freeman. Samuel L. Jackson.
Samuel L. Jackson. Yeah, he started late.
Did he?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, that's crazy. Okay, so it's a basketball show. So, you know, I like to slam in a few basketball questions here or there. All right, so we're going to cross it over right now to a basketball question.
Okay.
Who's your favorite NBA or college basketball player?
Well, you know, I got a cousin that played for the NBA, so I got to say Dr. J, because that's my cousin.
That's your cousin?
Yeah, that's my cousin. That's my second cousin.
I didn't know that. Holy crap. Yeah, I didn't know that. So, of course, he has to be your favorite.
Right. Yeah, so, if right. I wasn't being biased, I would say MJ. But then I like Kobe, but then I like Shaq. You know, that's...
Okay, so... All right, so can you describe your approach to acting?
I think about acting like I think about work. You know, I used to be a supervisor for the post office. So my mindset was always like, get the job done, make sure that everybody's happy, make sure the customers are okay. If they need you to do anything, go out your way to make sure, because it was always about the customer is always right back in the day. So, you know, I was always able to, you know, please whoever I need to please to get the job done. So if it's something they need me to do, you know, I'm listening, I'm taking notes, I'm making a mental note, and then I'm handling it, because that's what I'm supposed to be there for. So that's
What? I'm sorry.
So that's how I look at it. I look at it as a job, like I'm working.
And so like basically when you have that mindset towards the craft, is that towards the craft or towards each character?
Toward the craft. Each character is different because it depends on who I have to be or what I have to do in the scene. So I take my job seriously, but then when it comes to the character, I tend to make it fit my style to where I feel like I'm actually that person.
How'd you get into modeling?
Modeling was always a passion of mine. When I was in the military, a lady from the Morale, Welfare, and Recreation came to me, and she was like, the exchange wanted to advertise some of their clothing and asked me to actually, do a fashion show with some of the exchange clothing. So I started modeling in the military.
Oh wow! What branch of the what branch of the services were you in?
I was in the United States Navy.
Thank you a lot. We appreciate you.
No problem. No problem.
Okay, so I'm sorry.
I said whatever I can do to help out.
Yeah, and we appreciate that. where do you see yourself as far as modeling goes? Now, I mean, you have so many hats, so many different facets under the Lachelle Walker umbrella. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years with your modeling or your acting?
I'm kind of free spirited, so I don't really have like a goal in mind. I kind of let God lead and guide me to whatever I need to do or wherever I need to be. So I've taken a lot of that, me thinking about what I need to do out of the way and just let God lead me to whatever I need to do. That's my focus.
Okay, awesome. Can you let the audience know what type of philanthropy and social activities and activism that you're involved in?
Well, one in particular, my daughter was killed by a hit and run driver back in 2020. And so I have a petition online on change.org to actually change the laws in North Carolina concerning hit and run drivers. So that's my main focus right now is, trying to change some laws in North Carolina, especially dealing with people who feel like, if they cause an accident, they could just leave and they can make bond and be out, within 24 hours. That's crazy.
That is crazy. Especially if someone was killed in the process. I mean, they hold bond. They revoke people's bond and neglect people and refuse people's bond for handguns. For stuff less than that. So you would think they would refuse bond and hold bond on someone that does a tragic crime like that.
Well, in North Carolina, you have to actually be charged with murder before they actually deny you bond. Anything other than that, you can get bond, which, I don't see, an issue with that. But my outlook on it is if you do a hit and run, you kill somebody, and you leave the scene, that's murder.
Yeah, that's murder.
I can understand, other situations, but.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. So has social media helped your cause and helped your career in any way? How has social media helped your fan base, helped you reach your fan base?
I think social media has helped me a great deal because it get me to reach more people than I normally would in my own little circle, because I don't have a circle. It's more like the tip of a pencil lead. So, it gives me the opportunity to reach people that I wouldn't necessarily be accustomed to seeing every day. And then it gives me a platform to kind of like speak my mind, It's a way of kind of like relieving that stress. It's a way of getting things off your chest. It's a way of expressing how you feel, you know? And
Right.
I think that played a major part in, you know, kind of strengthening, building me up and making me feel like I'm not alone when it comes to situations like that.
Do you, okay, so what's your opinion on today's climate in the, what I say, entertainment? Okay, so in the acting field, what do you feel like today's climate is today? Like, is it easy for someone to get in? Is it harder for someone to get in? What's your opinion on that?
I think now it's getting a little bit easier because you have all these platforms and you have all these social media sites, and a lot of times the casting companies now, they're not requiring professional photos. You know, you could take a photo using your phone and send it to them. You know, back in the day, you know, you had to have professional photographs to send them.
Right.
You know, you had to have a qualified headshot, body shot. You know, and some acting gigs do require you to have certain stuff like that, but it's not as hard as it used to be, I think. So it's gotten a lot easier.
Okay. Another basketball question.
Uh-oh.
Yep. What is your top? Okay. Who's your favorite NBA team?
I would have to say Lakers.
Oh, oh, sounds good to me. We'll go with that. Yeah, we'll go with the Lakers. I like that. Do you feel like the acting community is increasing or decreasing? I mean, I know the social media presence is outrageous. Like the reach is outrageous. You can basically just cut on your phone and make a movie. But do you feel like the participation has increased or decreased as far as actors and actresses getting into the industry and participating in these crafts?
Well, see, that's kind of a hard question to answer because, you know, if I go from before I was in acting till now, you know, I'm surrounded by more people that's in the industry. So that makes it a little bit difficult to say because it could be just the fact of me having more people in that industry around me as opposed to before I didn't.
Got you. I
So I
understand.
guess it depends on where you are in the industry and how much background you have in working in the industry.
Right. Because if you've been in there a long time, of course, it would be increase.
Right.
And yep. Okay. Here's a off the wall question. Instead of doing the top 5 teams, I'm gonna go with, where are your top 5 places to go?
Hawaii,
Okay.
Cancun, Jerusalem. Let's see what else. I need 2 more. Spain and Italy.
Oh,
You said, oh,
yeah.
what?
I'm like, whoa. Okay. Well traveled, very well traveled. You know, I was gonna say the mall. You know,
The mall,
the car wash. Now I'm just
the
messing.
car wash. Hey,
So
I spent
okay.
like 20 years at the car wash. I don't think that's no.
What do you enjoy most about acting?
Being able to get outside of yourself and outside of your world. It's almost like going into a different dimension. So I like being able to escape sometimes because it takes me to another level that I may necessarily not experience.
How about how about when you model? What do you like most about modeling?
Well, it's the same aspect. You know, whenever I'm modeling, I don't see anybody. The only thing I see is I have to perform. It's like a performance to me. So it's almost like I'm moving. I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just instinctively moving. I don't see
Wow.
anybody's face. It's like I'm in a zone.
Wow. That's interesting. That's an interesting concept. That's kind of like when Beyonce says she performs, she kind of just blanks out, and another force or whatever takes over the stage, So I guess that's what she was trying to say. Okay, so what interest do you have in? Do you have any future interest in getting into law?
Getting into law?
Yeah, I mean, being that you're working on changing laws right now, and you have a very good cause, do you think you have a future in it? Maybe.
I've contemplated on becoming a lawyer. I have really contemplated on becoming a lawyer. I'm not sure if I'm gonna follow through with it, but that's something that I have thought about a lot.
What's the next project that you're working on as far as in your acting?
I do have a short film that I'm supposed to be doing in February, so I'm actually studying some lines for that.
Can we get the name of it, or it's kind of
no? I can't.
indie?
I got an
Can't say the name yet. Okay,
no,
cool. That's cool. I definitely understand that. All right, so okay, this is a fan favorite right here, and I like to call it the shotgun questions. Now, on the shotgun questions, I don't know if you've seen it before. Let's see if we can get a little. You have? Okay, so you pretty much know the rules to it.
Yeah, I like the shotgun questions.
Awesome. Okay, so I guess we'll get started. This is gonna be fun. Yellow light, red light.
Yellow light.
New shoes, new clothes.
New clothes.
Let's cut this down just a tad bit so the audience can hear you. Robin Thicke or John B?
Ooh, Robin Thicke.
Newborns or toddlers?
Toddlers.
Walk or run?
Walk.
Left Eye or Aaliyah?
Aaliyah.
LeBron James or Kobe Bryant?
Kobe.
Yeah.
Lakers, man, Lakers.
John Legend or Little John?
John Legend.
Figured you'd say that.
Why you figure that?
Just the piano. Straight or curly?
Straight.
Wine or champagne?
Wine.
Interesting. Hot day or hot night?
Hot night.
Rihanna or Beyonce?
Beyonce.
Eggs or grits?
Grits. I'm a Southern girl. I gotta say grits.
Bob Marley or Chris Brown?
Chris Brown.
Wow. Okay. 2 more. Onions or garlic?
Onions.
And the final one. Text message or phone call?
Phone call. I don't do no text messages.
That was pretty funny.
Now
Okay.
we'll find out what the meaning of those shotgun questions are.
Well, I have there's I got an announcement to make in the next couple of shows to the meaning behind the shotgun questions and where it's going from here. Okay, so at this point of the show, we usually do the trivia question, but I've spiced it up a little bit and changed it just a tad bit. And here's the question that I have now. If you had to eat one particular thing for 30 days straight, what would it be?
It would be pho. You know what that is?
It would be what?
Pho.
Did
It's
you
a
just
Vietnamese.
curse on the? Hold on.
No, I did not. It's a
No.
it's a Vietnamese dish. It's noodles, tendon, flank, brisket with jalapeno peppers, some bean sprouts. It's really healthy. It's a Vietnamese. It's called PHO, pho.
Oh,
It's
oh.
a Vietnamese dish.
And you could eat that 30 days straight.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Interesting. Mine's was hibachi until I had like some hibachi tonight and it wasn't that great. And so I'm reconsidering the whole 30 days straight with hibachi.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
don't
So,
know, it's really healthy.
yeah, I mean, it's 30 days straight of the same food. It has to be something very good. Yep. Very good. So I got to try that pho. Pho. Yeah. I got to try the pho. Yep.
It's
So,
Vietnamese.
how can people get up with you? How can they see Lachelle Walker? What movies can they reach and see you at, or like how can they get with you on social media?
Okay,
How can they tap in?
I'm on Facebook under Lachelle Walker. I'm on Instagram as LA_Lachelle. And then I'm on IMDb, and you could just type in Lachelle Walker. You can also, I have a petition online at www.change.org/Manish Wilson. That's MANICHE WILSON. And you can see me on Greenleaf, the Bobby Brown's movie. Buried in Barstow, the Underground Railroad. There's so many. So if you go to my IMDb page, you'll see everything that I'm in.
Awesome. And I'd like to thank you for coming out to the show tonight and having a little having some insightful conversation and fun with me tonight. Well,
I appreciate you. Thank you for having me. I
yes,
really enjoyed myself.
I appreciate that. We will invite you back when we do it's called like shotgun. It's like a shotgun challenge, and it's where you have a partner and you guys do the questions. We keep a record of you guys' answers, and the other couple come up and they do the questions. You know, we keep a tally of their answers, and whoever has the most answers the same wins that episode.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and then we go. They're the champions for the next episode.
Okay.
Yep. So I'll bring you back for that one if you don't mind.
That's cool. That'll be fine.
Awesome. All right. Well, once again, we'd like to thank Lachelle Walker for coming out to the We Could Talk Basketball and Music podcast. Actually staying in, but bringing her talents and insightfulness to the show. I'll be back in the next couple of days with a new guest and all new content. I really appreciate you guys.
Cool. Thanks.
Thank you.